to live my life that I may learn to be like Jesus, to be like Jesus, to be the one I was created to be like Jesus, to be like Jesus. May all who see my heart find Him in me.
Good morning po sa bawat isa. Good morning po sa mga nasa comment section. And we're going to continue our event here that we entitled The Raising of Lazarus from the Dead. And we are taking it quite slowly. Dahil may mga nakikita po tayo in every sa bawat eksena dito sa event na ito. And we can see from yesterday na dumating na ang Panginoon sa Panginoon Jesucristo sa lugar nila Mary and Martha, and he was met by Martha. But then she expressed her disappointment, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. In our lives, as we are disappointed, we can express that. Maybe mas maganda that we express it, of course, to God Himself. That we pour out that emotion that we have. So in-express niya yung disappointment niya sa Panginoon. Kung nandito ka lang, could have done something. Nevertheless, sabi niya, she expressed great faith as well. In the midst of her disappointment, she expressed great faith na kahit anong gusto mong gawin, kaya mong gawin. Yan ang sinasabi niya sa Panginoon. And the Lord Jesus Christ simply answered her na, mabubuhay uli si Lazarus. But the fact is, she misinterpreted ang sinabi ng Panginoon. Kala niya, ini-encourage lang siya ng Panginoon that Lazarus is going to be resurrected in the last day, which is true. Mabuhay man si Lazarus ngayon, mamamatay uli siya, he's going to be resurrected. So sabi niya, sabi niya, yes, I know, Lord, na he's going to be resurrected in the last day. Yun yung doon tayo natapos sa verse na yon. But that's not what the Lord means. Alam naman po natin yung story. Now, I hope that you've already shared the video. Just keep on commenting. That would be great for our page. Share and comment, react. Hanggat mas marami po nag-engage sa video throughout the video, that would be better for us. Anyway, so that was our last verse. Itong verse number 24. Kaya kinlear ng Panginoon sa kanya in verse 25 and 26, Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection. So, ang simple lang sinasabi ng Panginoon, the resurrecting power that you believe on, that's me. That's my power. Yun yung aking kapangyarihan. Yung hope natin someday, that is the Lord Jesus Christ. He's going to, He has the power to resurrect. He is the first fruits. He's the first one. Siya yung una, first fruits of the resurrection, and it is His power that will resurrect us later on. And the life, he that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? This is something that is a very important question. This is a question that we were asked before bago po tayo maligtas. Ito yung question na nag-confront sa atin. Do we believe that Christ can save us? Do we believe that if Christ saves us, then we will never die again? Of course, we're not talking about physical death. We're talking about we're not going to be separated from Him. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? And then even though right now we are in the love of Christ, hindi na po tayo mawawala doon. Even death cannot separate us from the love of Christ, because when we die, we know that is the beginning of being together with the Lord. So that is the great blessing of being a believer, na nandito tayo sa pagmamahal ng Panginoon. Wala nang makakapag-alis sa atin sa pagmamahal ng Panginoon. The security, the hope that we have as believers, and The greatest thing is that ang nagpangako po sa atin yan ay walang iba kung hindi ang Panginoong Jesucristo. Ang Diyos mismo, ang Biblia, ang salita ng Panginoon na nagsasabi sa atin yan. That's why wala po tayong dapat ikaduda na pwedeng mawala ang kaligtasan natin or pwedeng hindi pa tayo sa langit mapunta. Why? Because yung nagpangako niyan, the Bible says, he who promised this cannot lie. And that's why we reject any teaching na in any time at all in the Bible, whether in the Old Testament or in the church age or in the future, na merong klase ng kaligtasan na pwedeng mawala. Na merong klaseng kaligtasan na walang security, na walang eternal security. Why? Because it is the same God who saves, it is the same God who promises, it is the same God who gives hope, and He never changes. And then of course this is something that we have tackled for a long time. But I felt like this morning we have to emphasize that na tayo po ay patuloy na magtiwala sa Panginoon, na tayong naniniwala, tunay na naligtas, ay hindi na po mawawala tayo sa pagmamahal ng Panginoon. And looking at the next verse, she saith unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the Christ, the Son of God, which should come into the world. Now, kung mapapansin niyo po, this is very similar sa confession ni si Peter when the Lord Jesus Christ asked him dun sa Caesarea Philippi, nung tinanong siya ng Panginoon this same question, who do men say I am? Yan din ang sinagot ni Peter, that great declaration of faith, that you are the Son of God, you are the Christ, you are the Son of the living God, you came here to the earth. So sinasabi ni Martha sa Panginoong Kristo, we believe that there is a Messiah that is promised to come, and you are that Messiah, and nandito ka na. Yun yung sinasabi ni Martha, and that is a great confession of faith, that is a great declaration of her faith. And when she had so said, she went her way and called Mary, her sister, secretly, saying, the Master is come and calleth for thee. Now, kung sinusundan niyo po yung ating pong mga pag-aaral, you know why she called Mary secretly. And just for Brother Mark, dito po kami sa Cambodia, Independent Baptist Church of Siem Reap. So just wanted to answer you. Anyway, the reason why na secretly is because alam natin that there are Jews there na sumama sa kanila para mag-mourn, magluksa. And those Jews, some of them are leaders of communities, some of them are religious leaders as well. Later on, we will learn na meron ding kasama dyan from the Sanhedrin Council. People who are konting-konti na lang, talagang papatahin na nila ang Panginoong Jesucristo. And we know it's 6 weeks away. The crucifixion is 6 weeks away from here. But dumating siya, went into the house, calling Mary secretly. Siguro bumulong siya, nandiyan na si Jesus Christ, is coming, he's looking for you. Verse 29 to 30, as soon as she heard that, she arose quickly. So pagkabulong sa kanya, narinig niya, nagmadali siya and came unto him. Now Jesus was not yet coming to the town, but was in that place where Martha met him. So hindi pa nakakarating ang Panginoon sa mismong lugar nila, nandun pa rin siya kung saan sila nagkita ni Martha. Nung narinig ni Mary na nandyan siya parating, nagmadali siya, agad siyang tumayo at pumunta sa Panginoon. So you imagine na, of course, people will notice there's something going on. There's a commotion or whatever, may nangyari. Because Mary was mourning. Just imagine yung eksena nung morning. And then Martha comes in the door at bumulong sa kanya, and then they both immediately got up and went. So naturally, katulad lang po ng pwedeng magiging reaction po ng bawat isa, ay susundan natin. So yung mga tao, sinundan sila. The Jews then, which were with her in the house and comforted her, when they saw Mary that she rose up hastily and went out, followed her, saying, ano yung nasa isip nila? She goeth unto the grave to weep there. So sa perspective nitong mga Hudyo na kasama nila, nakita nila si Mary and Martha na dali-daling lumabas at may pinuntahan. Sa isip nila ay, pwedeng merong nangyayari sa kanila. Maybe they're distraught, maybe hindi na nila kinakaya yung depression o yung kalungkutan, yung mourning. And they just want to go to the grave and gusto nilang dun mag-mourn, to be near where the body of their brother was. So yun yung nasa isip nila. So they're following them not because sila ay mga marites or whatever, but they're following them simply because they want to be there for them. Kaya nga sila nandun sa bahay because they want to be there for Mary and Martha. So now they're following them because gusto nilang nandun din sila, to be able to comfort them. Then when Mary was come where Jesus was and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hast been here, my brother had not died. So same thing na sinabi ni Martha nung na-meet niya si Jesus Christ, yan din ang sinabi ni Mary pagkakita niya sa Panginoong Jesucristo. And she expressed her disappointment. Again, there's nothing wrong with doing that. We can be disappointed. Why? Because hindi tayo Diyos na nakikita natin yung plano ng Panginoon ahead. Ang parte natin is magtiwala na may plano ang Diyos. That is our part. But to know the plan of God, that's not our part. Sometimes hindi naman talaga, most of the time, hindi naman pinapakita ng Panginoon yung plano niya in the future. Why? Because kung sasabihin na niya yung plano niya, in the future, sasabihin na niya yung ending nung pagsubok, sasabihin na niya yung mangyayari sa sitwasyon natin, then bakit pa kailangan natin ng pananampalataya? Bakit pa kailangan natin magtiwala sa Kanya? The reason why we have to trust Him, the reason why we have to place our faith in Him, because we don't know the future. And it's normal to be disappointed and to worry because we don't know the future, but do not submit to that disappointment and to the worry, but trust in the person and the plan of the Lord Jesus Christ. That is a difference. That's why Mary and Martha, yes, they're disappointed, pero hindi nawawala yung tiwala nila sa Panginoong Jesucristo. They express their disappointment, yet they still have faith. Then when Jesus saw, therefore, saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled, and said, where have you laid him? They said unto him, Lord, come and see. Now, naapektuhan din ng Panginoon emotionally. And throughout the life of the Lord Jesus Christ, we've seen him being affected emotionally. Remember when he healed several times, nag-heal siya ng multitude, it's because he had compassion on them, seeing that they had so much burden in their life. You remember, these are the people that he loves. Even though marami sa kanila, they're rejecting him, and yet he loves these people. Ito ang mga tao niya na kanyang pinili. Imagine the relationship he has with them from the Old Testament up until this time. Even though they're blatantly rejecting him and rejecting him, he still loves them. That's why pag nakita niya napakaraming may sakit, he's moved with compassion. Remember that? Nakita niya na the burden of religion is so heavy on these Jews. Sabi niya, come ye unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Yan ang gusto ng Panginoon na gawin para sa kanila. Yan ang desire ng Panginoong Jesucristo para sa kanila. Why? Because He wants to free them, not only from their physical illness, but He wants to free them from the burden of religion that keeps on telling them to do this and do that and do this and do that, and yet not be sure about where they're going when they die. This is something na we have to share. Yung puso ng Panginoon na ito, dapat we have to share that. As missionaries here in Cambodia, not even though if you're not a foreign missionary, wherever you are, you have to have that burden sa mga tao. Why? Not only because they are hurting like us physically, but most of all, they are hurting spiritually. And we have to have that burden and compassion towards them to give them the gospel message that will free them from the bondage of religion, from the bondage of sin, and make them realize that there is someone who died for their sins and can free them from all of this. Now, the Lord Jesus Christ, hindi ba niya alam na bubuhayin niya si Lazarus? Of course, alam niya. Bakit kailangan pang umiyak ng Panginoon? Ba't kailangan niya pang maapektuhan? Bubuhayin naman niya. The reason why is He sees His people mourning. He sees His people hurting, and He is empathizing with them. Yan po yung dapat na meron tayo. We can say we love people. We can preach that we love people, but people only can understand and can believe na tunay nga natin silang mahal pag dinadamayan natin sila sa kanilang nararamdaman. That is the only time na tunay nilang nararamdaman, makikita at maniniwala na tunay tayong may malasakit sa kanila. Kung sa kanilang kaligayahan tayo ay masaya. Kung sa kanilang kalungkutan tayo ay nalulungkot para sa kanila. Kung sa kanilang disappointment, nararamdaman natin at nakikita nila na naiintindihan natin, that's when they truly understand na tayo po ay tunay na may malasakit sa kanila. And therefore, because the Lord saw this, diyan po pumasok yung alam kong memorize ng bawat isa na verse. Jesus wept. He cried. Simply because he saw the burden that these people had because of the death of Lazarus. Now, hindi po siya umiyak kasi hindi ka nagtatights. Hindi siya umiyak dahil hindi ka uma-attend. Hindi siya umiyak dahil hindi ka faithful. Hindi po gano'n. Umiyak siya because he saw the burden of these people. Because he saw their hurt. And siya po ay, he has compassion sa kanila. So, I just want to put that there because there are, people who can take this out of context na pinapayak mong Panginoon kasi hindi ka faithful. Ano po? Verse 36, then said the Jews, behold, how he loved him. Makita niyo po dyan yung point ko kanina na, the Lord Jesus Christ keeps on telling them, I love you, and he keeps on doing these things. Pero nung nakita nila that he was touched emotionally, dun nila nasabi talaga, na-declared, that's when they declared, mahal nga niya itong mga ito. Why? Because bakit mo iiyakan yung taong wala kang pakialam? Bakit mo iiyakan yung taong para sa'yo, yan lang naman yan, kung hindi mahalaga itong mga tao sa'yo, kung hindi mo sila tunay na mahal. And yet, because he truly loved them, he wept. Verse number 37, and some of them said, could not this man, which opened the eyes of the blind, have caused that even this man should not have died? So dito po may kita na agad mixed reaction. Yung iba, naniwala, well, tunay nga niyang mahal. Pero yung iba, critical agad sila. Sabi niya, yung iba ang sinasabi nila, bakit umiiyak? Di ba siya ang Messiah? Di ba sabi niya, siya yung may kapangyarihan? Di sana maaga pa siyang dumating dito para hindi na namatay itong iniiyakan niya. Diba? People will always see the negative as long as they want to see the negative. This is the same argument na ginagamit ng mga atheists today, ng mga ayaw maniwala sa Panginoon. Kung tunay ang Panginoon, di sana walang sakit sa mundo na ito. Kung tunay ang Diyos, sana walang gera, sana walang namamatay, sana walang umiiyak, sana walang nahihirapan, may Diyos naman pala. Ito rin yung sinasabi nila, kung palang siya pala yung Messiah, di sana dumating na siya at hindi na niya hinayaang mamatay ito kung tunay niyang mahal. Di po ba? Yung katotohanan na merong Diyos, yung katotohanan na Messiah ang Panginoong si Kristo, hindi nakadepende sa feeling ng bawat isa. Hindi nakadepende sa tingin ng bawat isa. Even if maraming bagay na pwedeng hindi tayo naiintindihan sa mundo na ito, even if yung mga ayaw maniwala sa Diyos, hindi nila naiintindihan kung bakit maraming kaguluhan kahit na merong Diyos. Kahit na ano pang sabihin nila at anong nararamdaman nila towards that, the fact remains na ang Panginoong Jesucristo, He is the avenger ng mga tao na inaapi. He is the dryer of the tears of people who cries. He is the comforter of people who mourns. And He will be the one someday na itatama niya lahat ng kamalian sa mundo na ito. It doesn't matter if nakita natin na magulo. Yes, magulo. Pero may sariling time ang Panginoon na aayusin niya lahat ng kaguluhan. Na darating ang araw na lahat na nakikita natin sa mundo na ito, pwedeng naapi ako, hindi fair nangyayari sa akin, hindi fair na nangyayari sa ibang tao. Don't worry, someday He will come. Itatama niya lahat ng yan. At yung mga taong hindi naniniwala sa Kanya, mararamdaman nila ang galit at put ng Panginoon sa kanila. Pero tayo na mga naniniwala sa Panginoon, tayo na may pananampalataya sa Kanya, one day, we will be vindicated. Hindi po ba yun yung sweetest moment sa buhay natin? Na pwede ngayon tinatawanan tayo, pwede ngayon tayo ay minamock ng tao, pwede ngayon they think that we're crazy to believe in a God that we can't see. Yes, they can say all of the things that they can say. They can persecute us, they can hurt us, they can do whatever. But one day, lahat ng sinasabi natin, ang Diyos mismo magpapakita sa kanila, tama ang sinasabi nila, and they are going to answer for what they are doing sa atin. What great comfort, encouragement, and joy that we will be vindicated someday. Kaya wag tayong mapagod na ipaglaban ng katotohanan na mayroong Diyos. Kaya wag tayong mapagod na ipaglaban yung katotohanan na may Diyos na kahit na ano pang nakikita nila sa mundo na ito, tunay na nagmamahal sa tao. And the fact of the matter is, He loves us so much, Romans 5:8, that even while we were yet sinners, He died for these people who mock Him. He died for these people who do not believe in Him. He died for these people who don't even want to think about Him. And one day, lahat ng bagay ng katotohanan na ito ang makikita nila. Nakakalungkot nga lang, it's going to be late for so many. Too late for so many. But it's an encouragement sa atin na just keep on going. Para bang sinasabi ng Panginoon, sige, tuloy lang. Pakinggan nyo lang sila. Tuloy lang. Bayaan nyo lang sila. One day, may kita nila, tama pala kayo, mali sila. But let's hope that makasama natin sila dun sa side ng tama one day and hindi po tayo magsawa. So these people, they're mocking Christ. They are in their fallen mind. Kung mahal niya, sana nandito na siya noon pa at hindi na namatay ito. But God or the Lord Jesus Christ will use this situation to show these doubters that I can do something that no one else can ever do dito sa mundo na ito. And I am going to raise this man from the dead. Just look at that. People who believe him, people na hindi makapag-decide kung naniniwala siya sa kanila, people na ayaw talaga maniwala sa kanila, lahat sila makikita nila the resurrecting power of the Lord Jesus Christ. And tomorrow, we're going to look at that and we'll see kung paano magiging mga reaction ng tatlong grupo ng tao na ito sa makikita po nilang gagawin ng Panginoong Jesucristo. God bless each and everyone. Mamayang gabi, if we're going to have Bible and coffee, i-announce na lang po namin. And then sana po masamahan niyo po kami mamayang gabi. Or else, see you again tomorrow as we look at that event, that great event that Lazarus is going to be resurrected. God bless po sa bawat isa. Ingat po kayo.